For what purpose does the gentleman from New York rise?
Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I ask unanimous consent to speak out of order for 1 minute.
Without objection, so ordered. The gentleman is recognized.
Madam Speaker, the House is not in order.
The House will be in order. Mr. King.
Madam Speaker, it is.
Members are asked to take their conversations outside the chamber.
Madam Speaker, it is my duty to inform the House of the death of our friend and former colleague, Congressman Jack Kemp. Madam Speaker, Jack Kemp served in this House for 18 years. Subsequent to that, he served in the cabinet of President Bush, and prior to all that, he played for 13 years as a professional quarterback, achieving status of All-Pro on a number of occasions, being the AFL MVP in 1965, and to this day holds many of the lifetime records as a quarterback in the AFL. But Jack Kemp went beyond being a football player, beyond being a congressman, and beyond being a cabinet secretary. For all those who knew him, he was an inspiration. He was a man of tremendous energy and enthusiasm and vibrancy. As a Republican, I can say that he revolutionized our party, and indeed his economic policies were the heart and soul of the Reagan Revolution. But his influence and his friendship went across party lines. He was a man who was beloved by those in his own party and those in the opposition, even though I don't think he ever called them the opposition. I was fortunate enough to know Jack Kemp for more than 30 years and proud to consider him a friend. His passing will be mourned by all of us. He was really a truly outstanding American, and certainly my thoughts and prayers with his wife Joanne and his children, all of whom loved him in the way so many of us, all of those of us who knew him, loved him and cherished him. And with that, I yield to the Dean of the New York delegation, Mr. Rangel.
I thank the gentleman for yielding. I'd just like to join in for those who knew Jack Kemp. You couldn't help but admire and respect him. He just wasn't a quarterback for the Buffalo Bills, but he was a quarterback for America and what's good for America. It wasn't really working across the aisle and working with him. It was working with someone that was trying to improve the life conditions for people in this country, no matter what color or what religion they had. I worked with him on the empowerment zones. I got all the credit. He did all the work. I worked with him on the African Growth and Economic Bill. He was one of the first to testify, not because of Africa, but because it was the right thing to do. When he became Secretary of HUD, everybody in public housing knew him as the Godfather. He would visit when he was running for vice president, and in Democratic districts, they would come out to pay respect to a guy that respected people regardless of their color. And so he was one of those people that when they asked, "What can I do for you? Do you need for me?" it wasn't just an expression. Jack Kemp really meant it. His wife, Joanne, was a partner. He's got a great family. I know he's in heaven because he lived a straight life. He was a great guy. We all will miss him, especially the New York delegation and those who are on it to work and respect the work that he's done. Thank you. I yield back the balance of my time.
Madam Speaker, I ask for a moment of silence for Congressman Jack Kemp.
Members will please rise to observe a moment of silence in honor of our colleague, the Honorable Jack Kemp.